what? I can't English apparently. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time since I've actually posted a YouTube video. This video is kind of explain what's been going on in my life, why I haven't been posting as much, and just kind of like a little wrap up on 2018 and what's to expect in 2019 from me. If I sound a little weird, it's because I'm sick. Also, if you hear like random like fan kind of noises, it's because the like heat in my room isn't turning off, so it just keeps going and it's getting really hot in here. I should probably like crack a window because I was going to turn on my fan, but that would be too annoying for this video because you just hear a brrr. It's also like 1 in the morning and I'm filming this and everybody's asleep, so I have to be like kind of quiet, but like also I don't really care. That's kind of mean of me to say. I do care. I'm sorry guys, I do care. I'm gonna crack a window a little bit because it's hot out. So I look like put together on the top, and then there's like my gym shorts and stuff on the bottom. And my fuzzy socks, see? Yes. Should I hold my pig? This is, what is his name? Jimothy. Something. I forgot what his last name is. I'm sorry, Ellie. I know his first name's Jimothy, but I don't remember his last name. I forgot. As you guys know, I haven't posted a YouTube video in about, I want to say it's been 5 months since my last YouTube video, because the last YouTube video I posted was the vlogging with the Taylors at Warp Tour, which was literally, I think that was in June or July. I don't really remember. It's been a long time, I know that much. Let's start what's different in my life now. I used to work at our Walmart here in my town, but then I quit in August because I started going to school. I was just taking random classes because I was planning on going to a university. I was gonna try to get a degree in music and theater. I was gonna get majors in both of those, and then I was also going to minor in Korean language. I started having like anxiety attacks and I was getting really depressed and stuff while I was going to school. I mean I could handle school, it wasn't that. There's just something I will explain later on that caused me to start viewing life a little differently. I don't know, I kind of was too scared to leave my room. I got to a point where I literally didn't, and I kind of still don't right now. I'm getting better. That's why I'm starting YouTube again, and I'm actually getting out more. I started getting really depressed and having anxiety attacks all the time, and I was like freaking out over nothing. I ended up dropping out of college, and I tried to keep it a secret from my family for a while because I knew they would not be mad, but I felt like I would be a disappointment to them, you know, because they were the ones that were trying to get me to go and were really happy when I finally decided to go. Part of the reason I dropped out was because it was a community college here in the town like I've lived in all my life. I just feel really stuck, and I felt like if I kept going there that I would never get out of here, because a big part of my problem is I really do not want to stay living in Iowa. I hate Iowa with a passion. I love my family and I love everybody that lives here. It's none of their faults, and like I cannot thrive in Iowa. It's not the worst place to live, it's just not for me, I guess. I mean, I want to live near a big city, and I mean I live 30 minutes away from Des Moines, but that's not a big city in my opinion, because I really love when I take trips to like Chicago and stuff. I really love that, even though I hate driving in it. Oh my gosh, I never want to drive in Chicago again. It was awful. I was so scared the entire time. In August, I started going to school, and then September-ish, I dropped out, I want to say. No, actually, I went through September. So I think I went off and on in September, and then I dropped out in October because it was during midterms when I dropped. And then I think in September, me and my brother ended up moving because my dad started seeing someone, so we ended up moving in with her and her family, and that's currently where I am right now. This is my bedroom. I think I'll show you guys it around in here in a second. Like after I film this part, I'll film a little like look at my room. It's a little messy right now though, so I'll pick that up and then I'll film it. It's kind of small, but I mean it's cute. I love it. I painted it yellow, as you can see behind me. I have some like K-pop stuff here. Yeah, me and my K-pop, I love them. We moved in with her and her family. So there is my dad and his girlfriend. She has 2 twins who are 12 years old. There's one older girl who's 16, and then there's me. And if you just heard, I said my brother moved in too. but about a month after living here, he decided he wanted to move out, so he actually moved back into the house we had just moved out of because we were still paying the rent there because we had to clean it out and stuff. He actually decided to move back into that house and is now living there, paying all that stuff. He's actually being an adult while I'm here with no job, just chilling in my room trying to make a YouTube video. I actually am babysitting. That's my job now. I babysit some kids. I tried to film quite a few different YouTube videos, but I hated every single one of them, so I didn't want to post any of them, so that's why I didn't post anything, because I just wasn't in a good mindset to make YouTube videos, so the content wasn't very good. I don't know when I'm posting this video. It's either going to be Friday or Saturday. I'm editing a YouTube video right now, which is a compilation. It's basically just all of those videos that I recorded in my little gap. Not all of them, because I lost some footage. I don't know where it went. I think I deleted it, and then when I tried to recover it, it wouldn't recover, so I don't know what happened to it. I'm basically like making a compilation of those videos all into one video and posting it on Sunday, so look forward to that, because it's a video of me chopping off all my hair, which I still haven't actually gotten it fixed, so it's still very uneven. And there's a just random dancing video. I don't know, it's really dumb. I don't know how much of that's actually going to end up in the video, but I gotta chop it down and stuff. I tried filming a get ready with me kind of thing because I was going to vlog that day, but I lost most of the footage, so all I have is me curling my hair, which I burnt the crap out of my finger, which is still burnt because I literally just filmed that one like a week ago. But I forgot to actually vlog when I was out and about, so that didn't happen. So that's why it's in that video that's coming out. And then I have like the clip of me afterwards when I like have my makeup done and stuff too, which I don't know what happened to my makeup part. I can't find it anywhere. It was like 30 minutes long, but I can't find it, so guess that's not going in. But you guys can see me cute and stuff afterwards. But yes, that's what that video consists of. Do you guys like my shirt? It was actually my mom's from like the 90s. Fun fact. You guys remember from my videos, and like if you follow me on social media and stuff, I had this friend, her name was Ariel. She is in like my 4th of July. She's in a lot of my stuff because we were best friends. We are not friends anymore. Yeah. For a while now, everything's been kind of rocky between us. And just one day, I was hanging out with Faith, who's another one of her friends that she's no longer friends with. She just ended up blocking both of us. It's her life, it's fine. I'm not mad about anything. Like, I have good feelings towards her. Like, I hope she's having a good life out there and enjoying her life. I don't hate her for anything. Like, it's completely her choice. And like I said, I have no hard feelings towards her. I guess as long as she is living her life and is doing well, that's all I care about. That's all I've ever cared about. If she watches this video, hey Ariel, I'm not mad at you. I hope you're not mad at me for anything. I know we're not friends, but if you ever need anything, I'll still here. We're just not friends anymore, which it's nothing big. It happens all the time. No hard feelings or anything. At least on my half. I don't know about her, but on my side, no hard feelings. And we were friends for a long time, so things happen. Relationships change, which it's nobody's fault. It's just life. We all grow up and part our ways, so I hope she's thriving in life. That's all I can say. I guess I should tell you guys the story as to why my depression and anxiety got so bad. If you remember in my work tour vlog, I kind of mentioned how something really bad happened to me and that I would make a video eventually explaining it, and I guess that's this video. I'm gonna do it in this one because I feel like it's enough time has passed that I'm not so scared by it anymore. I'm actually willing to leave my house by myself every once in a while now. Like, I still don't leave my house by myself a lot. I still make people go places with me because I'm a little scared, which I mean comes with every girl, I guess. We all kind of are hesitant to leave. It was in June because it was right before me and my friends left for a week-long vacation that we did. We went camping for a week. That was fun. One of my mom's friends, she was engaged to this guy, and basically what happened was he was messaging with people, and I guess he was into sex trafficking, and I was one of the girls he was planning on using for it. there wasn't just me, there was multiple girls, which I don't actually remember who they were, but I know there was about 4 other girls that were being talked about in this chat. I guess I'll start from the beginning. It's a little hard to explain. Like, I'm perfectly fine, nothing happened. It's just like what could have happened kind of freaked me out, you know, as it would. I got a message from my cousin asking if I knew who this one guy was. Let's call him Jeff. We'll call him Jeff. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, he's my mom's best friend's fiance. And so he was like, okay, well, you should stay away from him because he's not a good guy. And I was like, okay, but why? Because I was like really confused, because I'm like, I know this guy, like I've been around him a lot. Not like a lot, but I've been around him. Okay, why should I stay away from him? And he's like, just trust me, stay away from him. I'm trying to take care of it. I just pushed it off. I'm like, okay, whatever. Because I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. Okay, I'll stay away from him, don't worry about it. And then, so the next day, I'm at work, and then when I go on my lunch break, I get a text from my mom, and she tells me, hey, well, you should stay away from Jeff. And I was just like, wait, why? Because this is the second time in 2 days that I've been told to stay away from him. So what the heck's going on? And my mom said, we don't know if anything's true or not. He's into some bad things. And I was like, what kind of bad things? And she wouldn't answer me. So I ended up calling her. When I called her, she was like, yeah, just don't go around them unless I'm with you. He wants to, I think at that point it was just he wanted to rape me or like have sex with me, I think is what it was. This is messed up. Why would this be happening? And she's like, I don't know. We don't know if it's true or not. We don't know what's been said. Like, I just, out of precaution, just don't go near them without me. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to go near them at all after you tell me this, because that's kind of freaking weird, and I don't care if it's true or not. Like, I was freaked out. I went back to work, and I'm like shook, like up, like I'm shaking. I can't like think straight. And as I'm walking in, there's like 3 guys that I work with, like sitting outside smoking, and they can tell like something's really bothering me, and they like ask me what's wrong. And so like I just spill. I'm like, I'm freaking the frick out because there's apparently this guy that wants to kidnap and rape me, and I don't know what the heck is going on. So they're like, oh my gosh, like calm down, it's okay, it's okay, you're safe here. I'm like, but like he comes in here all the time. I don't know what to do, because he literally, I worked in the auto area, and he would come in there like every so often. So I'm like freaking out and stuff. So I go back in, and I like clock back in, and I go to my area, and I'm still like freaking out. And like my department manager comes over to me, and she's like, what's wrong? And I like, well, no, it was another girl I worked with back there that I was really close with. She came over, and she's like, what's wrong? So I tell her, and she's like, hold on, we're gonna tell my department manager. And so I tell her, and I'm like freaking out still, like I'm bawling at this point. And I'm like standing behind the counter, and they're like, okay, well, let's go into the office. And they end up calling an assistant manager, and she like comes back, and I'm like in the office like bawling my eyes out, like freaking out and stuff. And I tell her what's going on, and she's like, okay, well, at this point with this thing, I would recommend you call the police. And like she wanted me to do it right then and there in the office with her like present, because when she was younger, apparently she had gone through this. She had been raped before, and so she knew exactly how I was feeling and why I was freaking out. She's like, I want you to be as safe as possible. And I was like, well, nothing's been confirmed, like we don't know if it's actually true or not. She's like, that doesn't matter, like you still need to make a police report, so that way if anything does happen, there's record of it, so they know like something was going on. So that way if like I go missing or something, they have record that something was going on, and they have like, they know who the biggest suspect would be in the case, because like I know exactly who this person was. I was friends with them on Facebook. I called my mom to double check. I'm like, well, let me call my mom and see what she thinks I should do. So I called her. I'm like, hey, so I'm with the assistant manager because you know you told me this, and it freaked me out, so I'm like freaking out at work. And she's telling me that I should make a police report. And my mom's like, why would you do that? And I'm like, well, that way, I'm like, I know nothing's been like confirmed. We don't know if it's true that this is true or not, but it would just be safer to have like a record of what we know so far. She's like, I mean, just do what you need to do. If that's what you think needs to be done, then do it. So I ended up calling the police and talking to them, and I told them everything that I knew so far. they ended up coming out to my work, so I had to like go back and I had to tell them exactly what was going on. They like wrote down on a notepad what was going on. The guy that was working my case was very nice. He would call me and I would call him if there was any updates in the case and stuff, so that way we could keep record of what was going on as it was going on. But when they came to like take my statement and stuff, they asked if like I had a picture of him or anything, and I was like, well, no. And then I like sat for a few minutes and I'm like, wait a second, he just added me on Facebook. But I showed them his pictures so that way they knew what he would look like, so that way they could like be like, yo, this is the person if I ever went missing, go, this is who you're looking for. Give them all that information and blocked him. And then I ended up carrying out my shift. I had assistant managers that would like come and check on me as I was working to make sure I was okay. So after I got to my car, I went home, and when I went inside, my dad asked me if I knew anything about what was going on with Jeff, and I was like, well, I mean, there's what I've been told by Mom today. But my dad was like, I don't mean to freak you out or anything, but it is true. I just stood there and I'm like, what do you mean it's true, Dad? And he goes, I have messages proving what he is saying, what you just told me is true. And I was like, how the heck do you have messages? Like, I don't understand. And at the time, I thought I was the only one going through it. There was about 4 other girls he was talking about. And he actually sent the messages to his nephew, who is the father of one of the girls, I believe. He had sent the messages to him and noticed that my name was in there and ended up forwarding it to my dad because they used to be friends when they were younger. And he was like, hey, like, I saw your daughter's name's in this and it's not a good thing. And basically what the messages were telling was, yeah, there's this girl, Shayna Robinson, who has auditioned for The Voice and stuff, and I've gotten people messaging me, and this is Jeff saying this stuff, by the way, but I've been getting these messages from these guys being like, hey, do you know this girl that auditioned for The Voice? They knew I auditioned for The Voice because I posted it on my Facebook. So apparently there's people stalking my Facebook. There's people offering up to $5,000 for me. So what he was planning on doing is basically drugging me, kidnapping me, and then taking me to the back of a porn store and selling me to these guys for $5,000. I read the messages later. I didn't read them then. It was like 2 weeks later that I actually read the messages because I was too scared to read them because I didn't want it to be true. When I was reading the messages, that's when I found out there's 4 other girls because I didn't know that either. I was also the one that they offered the highest amount for. What freaks me out is that I'm a person. I'm not something to be bought or purchased for any reason. So to have some kind of price tag put on you saying that, oh, she's worth this much, kind of does something to you and kind of degrades you. It made me feel bad about myself because I'm like, I am a person, not an object. And that's basically how they were viewing me, was as some kind of object to be purchased. That is not okay in any way. I never thought anything like this would happen to me. So the fact that it did kind of opened my eyes to a lot of different things. I'm a lot more aware of my surroundings and people around me now. After I read those messages, I broke down again, as you can imagine, because that's freaking scary. Next day, my dad took those messages and took them to the police, so that way they had record of those two being the case. So this stuff is actually true, like it's been said. The police officer called me and asked me if I wanted them to like go talk to him, and I said no because I'm not sure what exactly he would do if he found out like I knew. But apparently the police still went and talked to him without my consent, which kind of ticked me off because I'm like, I told you not to do that, which kind of made things a little worse because there was one night that Ariel came over and we were hanging out and stuff, and then she went home, and as she was walking to her car, this one car drove past my house like kind of slow, and she was like, okay, that's weird, and she like gets in her car, and she knew all this stuff was happening because I told her about it, and I told my friend Faith about it. She called me right away, like as she was outside, and she's like, hey, so I have a question for you. And I was like, yeah, sure, what? And she's like, what kind of car does this guy drive? What kind of car does Jeff drive? And I was like, I told her because I knew what car it was because I worked in an auto shop. I worked in the Walmart auto shop, so like I seen his car, so I knew exactly what it was. So I told her, and she's like, yeah, he just drove past your house. And I'm like, what do you mean he just drove past my house? Or like, are you sure? And she's like, I'm 100% sure because I saw his face, but I wanted to double check what kind of car he drove so that way I know if it was his car or not. And I was like freaking out, and I'm like, what the heck, where did he go? And she's like, he drove down the street and then turned down one of the alleyways. So I was like freaking out at that point because I'm like, what the heck, like he's driving past our house now to try to see like if I'm home alone or something so he can make a move or something. I don't freaking know what it was going through his head, but I'm like, he's now driving past my house. So I like run down my stairs after I got off the phone with her, and I like go to my dad. I'm like, Dad. He's like, what? And I'm like, literally he just drove past our house. And he's like, how do you know that? And like when Ariel was going to her car, she saw him in the car and then asked me what kind of car he had, and I told her, and she like said, yeah, that's literally what just drove past your house, and it was going slow. And so my dad like freaked out and like left the house and like started like, I don't know if he walked or drove, I can't remember, but he started like going around trying to make sure like he wasn't still around. And I'm like inside like shaking like this. I'm like, oh my god. And like my brother's home too, and so like he's trying to calm me down because I'm like, this is like not okay. I don't know what's going on anymore. Hold on, I'm thirsty. This is a lot of talking. I don't know how many days or if it was like a week later or something, but the nephew that I told you guys had received the messages from his uncle actually came by. He asked me if I had read the messages yet, and I hadn't at that time, but I just told you guys what the messages said, but I hadn't actually read them yet when I found out about the messages because I was too freaked out to read them. So I was like, no, I haven't read them. So he encouraged me to actually read them, so my dad gave me his phone so I could read the messages. And when I read it, I like obviously freaked out. I'm like, what the heck? Because I didn't know about like the price. I didn't know about how he was gonna sell me and stuff. That's not what I knew. The nephew said, yeah, my daughter is going through it right now too. And I gave her two options, and I was like, what do you mean? He was going to go over there either way. And he's like, I gave her the option to either talk to him and give him the option to turn himself in, or the second option is basically beating the crap out of him and he'll be eating through a straw for the rest of his life. I'm a nice enough person to not like be like, yo, beat his butt to a pulp. I wouldn't do that to anybody, even though I was like really tempted in this time. If you're gonna go talk to him, obviously I want to give him a chance to redeem himself and turn himself in because that's the right thing to do. My dad ended up saying he was going over too, and I was like, nah, okay, be careful though, because this guy was also doing drugs and stuff, so that's part of the reason why it was so bad. I go over and confront him, and apparently they knock on the door, and when he opens the door and sees them, he like immediately like tries to shut it, but you know, they like push it open. They give him the option. It's like, you don't have an option, but you need to turn yourself in by, I think this happened on like Sunday or Monday, and they're like, we will give you the option to turn yourself in by Wednesday, and if you don't, the nephew was like, I will come back and beat the crap out of you. He has two kids, which I'm actually friends with his daughter, so that's why I'm like also not saying the name, because I don't want to drag her into this because she's actually really cool, like I'm friends with her, and I don't think she knows this about her dad. He wanted to have like one more day with his kids to be able to like tell them like, hey, like, I'm gonna be gone for a while because I'm dumb. But he basically just wanted to have some time with his kids, and we're like, fine, but you have until Wednesday, otherwise there's gonna be consequences. Wednesday rolls around. I'm waiting for like the police to tell me like he turned himself in and stuff, and nothing ever comes around. And then basically I come to find out that he ran away to Tennessee. There was three options actually, because they gave him the option to leave and never come back, to turn yourself in, or get beat to a pulp. And I didn't want him to run away because that's coward. I wanted him to turn himself in, and I didn't want him to get beat up because that's just rude. As far as I know, that's where he ran away to. That's what I was told. So yeah, I don't really talk to my mom's friend anymore. I don't necessarily blame her. I just blame her for bringing it into my life, I guess, which is kind of bad of me. But part of the reason I still don't talk to her is because even after all this happened, she was still in contact with him after she knew all this stuff. Yes, that's pretty much the gist of that story. That made me like get really depressed and anxious about a lot of stuff, so I'm trying to be better and I'm getting better. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I guess I should tell you guys like what to expect in 2019, you know? Let's get this bread. Why did I just say that? I don't know. I already told you I have another video coming out. Supposedly, I'm supposed to upload it on Sunday because I'm going to try to post videos weekly, and my upload day will be Sundays as long as I can, you know, get a video out. It might take like a little while for me to actually be able to post weekly and stuff, so it might be like a month or so before I actually get on a schedule. I'm gonna try to at least post right now, but primarily the day will be Sundays that I post videos. In April, I will be going to California because I'm going to Coachella with my 2 friends, which will be a good time, and you can expect a good vlog from that, which I am very excited about, so get ready for April. I'm also planning a trip in about August or something this year, which it's either going to be, I'm going back to California for KCON, which is Korean like convention thing, like all things Korean. If I can't figure out someone to go with me, if you want to go to KCON with me, let me know, like message me or something, find me on my social medias and message me, because I need someone to go with me because I'm too scared to go by myself. And yeah. So if you want to go to KCON, let me know and we'll go together. But if I can't manage to go to KCON, I have another trip that I want to do, which I will explain later because I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, because it'll be to visit someone, wink wink, or actually 2 people because they live in the same state. Which, I mean, if they watch this video, since I just said they live in the same state, they'll know who they are. So if I don't go to California for a second time in like August or something, you guys can expect me to come down there. This year, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to be moving to Arkansas, because I kind of just, for the sake of my mental health, feel like I just need to get out of Iowa. I have my uncles who live in Arkansas, and they've said multiple times that I can come down there and live with them. I'm trying to post more in 2019. I have a few trips planned that I'm excited about. Maybe moving, who knows. Oh, I'm trying to get in better shape this year, so there should be a video coming out soon where I'm going to be doing like either a week or a month of like not training, but like exercising and trying to eat healthier and like drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated. So it's gonna be like a fitness transformation kind of video, I guess. We'll see how that works. Trying to like revive my YouTube channel and revive myself in the process, because I kind of lost myself for a while, so I'm trying to build myself back up to where I am and where I want to be. Hopefully in this year I will be closer to moving to California, which is where I want to be. So if anybody wants to move to California and wants to be my roommate, let me know, because I'm gonna need someone to room with when I move to California, because I can't afford an apartment on my own. Oh, that's too much. Hoping that I can move to California and like by the end of 2019 or in 2020, because that's really where I want to be and where I feel like I will actually thrive and be able to be myself. So get ready, because 2019 is gonna be a wild ride for Shayna. I know this is a lot of talking, and I don't do talking videos very often, but I felt like there was a lot of stuff that I needed to explain and get off my chest and tell you guys about, because, you know, I've been gone for so long. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything I had to say. Jimothy, get your porky butt back. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of different than what I usually post. I hope you guys will stay on this journey with me and support me through what I am working on. So if you guys liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. And also comment what your favorite kind of dog is, because I would really love to know. My favorite kind of dog is a corgi, because they got little poofy butts and like stubby legs. I love them so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. I just needed to get all this stuff off my chest, so because it's a new year, new me. Just kidding, that's dumb. It's it's not a new me, it's just I'm trying to make myself better. 2019 is about a better me, that's what it is. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching this video. If you did, I love you very much. But that's it. I will see you guys next video, which should be Sunday. Get ready. But I love you guys. Bye. Ciao. I'm pretty flower. Peace out. Forgot I told you guys I would show you my room, so I forgot I needed to record this after I finished recording that one in my video. So yeah, this is just my little tour of my bedroom. So this is my closet. I have like pictures and stuff up there, and it has double sliding doors. Ooh, look at those fuzzy socks. Yes. But inside is like my messy closet. You see like all of my shirts and stuff. I got a lot of shirts. Got like some up there, hats and stuff. Got some chewed up duct tape. Ukulele, my camera's up there. Just random stuff. My mirror is very dirty too. I need to clean it, but whatever. And then if we go over here, I mean, that's my dirty laundry I need to do. I just did most of it. Got some cute little things on my wall up there. Got my like K-pop wall starting. Then we got my bed, which is cute. I got my vanity, which is very messy right now because I'm a messy person. Just kidding, I'm really not that messy, but it's kind of a mess. I got a thing I have to mail out. And then like all of my makeup, James Charles palette, yes. Got a candle that I got for Christmas that I've been burning the crap out of. This is a little messy too because that's just who I am. It's a little unorganized, it's whatever. But I was watching YouTube, but yeah, this is this. Got a bunch of books and stuff down here. Got my K-pop albums there. K-pop book. This is a little thing Ellie made me for Christmas. I got some her cards over there. It's just random stuff. Got my mini Korean dictionary because that's just who I am. See? Yes. Got my fish. I need some water. Got my tripod that I was filming on. We got some BTS posters over here and some stuff hanging up. And then I got like a whole like pile of stuff there because I have nowhere to put it. I need another bookshelf in my life, but I don't have one. But yeah, I got like my fuzzy rug that needs vacuumed really bad. And yeah, that's my bedroom.